shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You from the game and shoot, I said that you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And on this incredible Thursday, yes, it is Thursday, the day that Thor has built, as the Marvel Universe rounds to form and Spider-Man's trail has gone out, with this guy right here having to probably do a movie walk wearing a Spider-Man's costume. That might not go good for the kid. Shout out to good old Spidey. This time, we didn't forget the gravy. But if you are a New York Knicks fan, happy Knicks Day. On this day, it will go down in infamy because you, my friend, have gotten your chip. Everybody wants a chip. If it's your team, you know what I mean. You know what? Happy Knicks Day. Happy Knicks Day to ya. Happy Knicks Day to ya. Happy Knicks Day. Happy Knicks Day to ya. Happy Knicks Day to ya. Happy Knicks Day. Yeah. So what? I want to give a shout out to my man Oscar Wheat. Too sweet to be wheat. What's good, baby? What up, King? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. We're going to run it up on these bums. Lamont Davis, Shannon Winter, Magnum Force. What's going on, Sharif? Noel. Now I want y'all to like, follow, and share it out to everyone. Now, you know what's the wildest thing? You know, I came up with my own stuff, right? I'm telling you, I'm the creator. I'm the innovator. I'm that guy in this space, and it gets no better. These dudes actually try to do it, but they don't really do it as well. And that's cool. I'm charismatic. I'm nice. Not toot my own horn, but I like the stuff that I do. Why? And when you love it, it just seems to shine through. See, now I go live every day, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Friday being a special day because it's Fight Night Friday. It won't be this Friday. Happy Juneteenth to all of you. And I want to say happy Father's Day to all my fathers. If you are a father, if you are a father figure, if you're a grandpa, if you're a stepdaddy, let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah.
At Legendary Intel donated $9.99 through Super Chat. Hashtag NOP6, hashtag NOP6, hashtag NOP6.
Facts. So let me give you a thing. If you want to put hashtag no PlayStation 6, you put hashtag, you put no, and put a space in between the PS and the 6, and it's gonna say hashtag no PlayStation 6. Just letting you know. But I salute you, soldier. Now these dudes is dancing on our grave. I told you. When you go to seek revenge, dig a grave for two. Because not only are you digging a grave for me, you're also digging a grave for you. And I laugh at these dudes because these dudes was dancing. They was dancing. We dancing, baby. We're dancing. We got King right where we want him. So bad that I actually come up with my own stuff, right? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. That would have been kind of weak if I was walking around saying no PlayStation 6, right? It'd have been weak. So you got a lot of people co-signing or co-opting my hashtag. See, when I threw a hashtag on it, I was able to put it in the algorithm. So now if you put in hashtag no PlayStation 6, you can see all the tweets that I put and everybody put with it. So it started to get movement. So now you got these guys that's going around saying hashtag no Xbox Helix or no Project Helix. And I think that's kind of weak of you guys. What I'm going to say is really go get your own thing. Because if it's not just hashtag no PlayStation 6, it's hashtag no PlayStation 6, we're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. You see, it started off with me keeping the boot on Kong's neck. But as I realized it, we was going to run it up on you bums because you're bums. So what you do is you run up the numbers. You run up the scoreboard on them, the losers. Them losers ain't got that bread like that, right? Shout out to Sanders showing you how broke you actually are when they talking about, we got an SSD for you, 8 tera, is a tera, all right, for $3,000. You muscleheads, you definitely don't know your audience. Those dudes get TCL televisions by the door. Don't ask for those dudes to do anything like that. Please, they're deleting stuff just to play stuff and then to delete the other stuff. Boy, they're managing that 512 like it's no tomorrow. And they had 1 tera, but, Olivia's back and the alien is here. Yeah.
At one's iSex for Perks 1 donated $5 through Super Chat. No offense, but Bungie's been dead since Destiny 1, then they got found out for stealing artwork. Do they have no shame?
Facts, but you gotta say this though. Whose fault is that? When Phil Dominus Maximus, a really expensive first of his name, decided not to buy them because they have a high burn rate, Jim said, let me jump on that. Buddy, they're burning. What are you doing? Now you got that disease. Now you got to go to the doctor. And it looks like it festered, so you might have to cut it out. Yeesh, I don't know what's good with these guys. But you understand what I'm saying? So these guys aren't original. They're just co-opting the God. They're looking at me and they're saying, how is he doing this? How is he doing this? You got to put a jingle together. You got to make it sing. You got to make it right. You got to make it catchy. You got to make the hook. But you got to make sense. You see, I'm not saying there's no PlayStation 6 for no PlayStation 6 sake. This is the fact that there's none outside right now. And if you see it, you look, there's none. There's none. There's none. And by the time you're thinking about doing it, because logically speaking, remember, I have the white papers. They said that a while ago. It was probably 3-4 years ago. Probably longer than that. Where they said that they were thinking about releasing it in 2029. I said, oh, they'll be dead by then. But then I said, then make a handheld. And that handheld will take over for what the PlayStation 6 will possibly be. Because I honestly believe the handheld will be wildly successful. You know why? A Steam machine is outside. And everybody thinks that Steam will eat Xbox's lunch. I beg to differ. I think somebody else is in a little bit of danger. I have all that information just to go live on you. But also this. You know, like I know, I put up videos. And those videos in the background, they trying to get me in that Spider-Man suit. They think they slick. They want me walking around in that Spider-Man suit in a movie theater, shooting the webs.
At one's iSex for Perks 1 donated $5 through Super Chat. Sony bought Bungie because Xbox was buying Activision Blizzard, but I will admit when they had Bungie and 343 working on Halo, those were masterpieces.
Facts, but those are whole different teams. See, you're looking at teams, and what people don't understand, sometimes there'll be companies just in name alone. They don't be companies in a totality. Just some companies are able to stay the same throughout the years. But Bungie wasn't really Bungie by the time they were up for sale. They already had big egos. They already did so many different things. They had enough core to resonate. They had enough people there that can allegedly steal good. You know, they had the Winona Ryder syndrome. Stick your fingers. That's your artwork? That's my artwork. But, you know, you got to keep people on call for people like that. Got to walk around the store. You buy or you leave. You buy or you leave. Can't trust Bungie in the store by themselves. But we're watching them and we're seeing things are about to get disgusting. Oscar! Why are y'all trying to get me to be that Spider-Man suit? Why? Because Diddy comes home next month? You guys are savages. Savages.
At Oscarwheat 6002 donated $5 through Super Chat. Yoking these ponies claiming GTA 6 like it's a PS5 exclusive, that's crazy work.
They ain't got nothing else. Yeah. Yo, you can tell how bad it is. When I put out videos, right? Check them out. I showed you the videos that I put in the background, and y'all members get it early. Y'all get a chance to watch that early, and I appreciate you guys, right? So I just dropped videos, and I think I just dropped like 2 or 3 of them for you guys, right? So when the videos go up, oh, let's go. The game is a rip. I got it.
At
What's good, George? What's up?
One donated $2 through Super Chat. Sony is changing Fair Game's name.
Yeah, it's called The Break-In. I'm dead serious. It's called The Break-In. And you didn't see it. All right, so we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today because dudes want you to believe it's only Xbox that's doing this. Like, dudes really take my takes and be like, yeah, we got him. Listen here, you bonehead. It's called a setup. I know I'm going live every day, right? So I set you up yesterday for today. The heat is on. It's going to get disgusting, right? So they're acting like they don't have any games. So I put the videos up in the background. I want you to notice something. Only the games that are exclusives are doing numbers, right? The games that I played that are exclusives are doing numbers. Phantom Blade Zero. Don't tell me Phantom Blade Zero just because it's a nice Souls type of action RPG game. It's really different. It's a really good game. Don't tell me because of what it's composite of, it's why it's doing numbers. No, it's because it's exclusive to PlayStation until otherwise, noted, right? Kind of like Black Myth Wukong. So these dudes get a chance to champion it and they want to see my video based upon that, right? The haters jump in and they push the video through the algorithm because whatchamacallit, Tomb Raider, not really all that, probably doing like 900 views, right? Cool, right? I mean, listen, I'm not a review channel. So I'm just giving y'all the experience from when I'm there and understanding what I played and what you can look forward to. That's about it. And I don't really expect those videos to do anything. I just put them there. But I've noticed a little weak trend. And the weak trend is if it's exclusive to PlayStation, it's going to do a little bit of numbers. It's going to be over 1K. And I was just like, wow, these dudes is really special. But it is what it is. I appreciate them for holding on to anything. Because at this point, they need to hold the line. And I know dudes use it all the time. Like, yo, King, you need to hold the line. Y'all still holding the line? Stupid. We already got ABK. And they say, how's that working out for you? It's working out splendidly if you really think about it. It's really splendid. How's that Bungie working out for you? Not so well, huh? Kind of makes you sick, right? Makes you feel like you got a little sepsis, right? You got to go get that blood work checked out, buddy. You're looking kind of pink under the collar. Not looking good. The gills are looking kind of dry. Looks like you're about to Avita. But I digress. Now, listen. I got a whole bunch of stuff. And some stuff that I wanted to talk about. Should we do Notional? Or should I do this? Hold on. Yeah, let's get to that. Let's get to that. let's get to that. Now, I don't ever do this, and I'm not talking bad about this guy. What up, Live Supremacy? I don't ever talk bad about people, right? But I have to use this this page for research purposes only. Now, the industry will have you believe that Xbox is doing terrible. The industry will have you believe that layoffs, studio closures, game defunding is only Xbox. You see, you have key people that's in the media that drives this story. Now, some of the key people could either be some top journalists or some hosts for shows that actually have a voice. They push the narrative, and it continuously permeates the gaming space. You know it's bad when I get my really non-tapped in gamer friends that actually reach out to me and say, "Hey, King, what's going on over there at Xbox?" And I say, "Why? What are you talking about?" And they say, "Well, I heard that they're closing Ninja Theory, and I really like that game." And I said, "Well, the rumors are saying that, but the facts aren't anything new. Nothing happened." And he was like, "Oh, they didn't close it?" I'm like, "Nah." I said, the financials come out on June 30th, and after that, then you'll figure out what's going to happen with a lot of stuff. But, it's like business. And he was like, "Oh, I thought the way they were saying it was like they was closed and the game was canceled." I said, nah, no. I said, as a gamer, nothing changed for you. I said, oh. I said, Craig Duncan left. He said, "Who the F is that?" I said, "Oh, and Louise O'Connor, she left too." He's like, "But what did they do?" I said, "Don't ask me, but they're gone." And he said, "Well, was they in charge of any games that I'm looking forward to?" I said, "Not that I know of, dude." He said, "So what's the big hubbub?" I said, "Don't ask me. I just report the news." So, in saying that, I look over at this, and this is a wonderful thing. It's beautiful. Now, Jamie Morgan, he's on Twitter, X, because ponies love to play X, right? But he says, since 2020, these companies have shut down these studios. Embrace has shut down 44. PlayStation has shut down 8. Xbox has shut down 4, while Ubisoft has shut down 5. Some things need to change. This industry has a widespread problem. Blaming Game Pass is a cop-out, lazy and not the problem. And wanting Xbox to shut down is childish. And I said, without vetting this stuff, just asking questions, this could possibly be bad or right or wrong. But I just found it kind of strange that all the large companies are facing the same issue. But it seems like one of them is being singled out. And the question is, why on God's green earth does the green team offend you so much? Why does other people having so much fun hurt your sensibilities? And I try to realize that everybody's a little bit different. Not everybody's the same. Some people are going to like one thing more than the other thing. And they say that I'm a bad person, right? And I'm just like, why am I a bad person? Well, because you're talking bad about PlayStation. I'm talking bad about a company? Are you pro company or are you pro games? Like, which one is it? I love video games. So when I promote Xbox, they have the ecosystem that I love the most. And they do the most consumer friendly things that works well with my budget. You see, because I'm on a budget, right? And when they say welfare pass and all that other stuff, it doesn't bother me because this is a hobby. And you're trying to get the most out of your hobby with spending the least amount of money. I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. Any responsible adult wants to do it that way, right? Think about it. If you can save money on anything that is not necessary in this life, not essential to anything, wouldn't you want to do it? Now, I understand if you want to eat well so you can live longer and you want to make sure that the food that you consume is of a higher quality. So you pay a little bit more there, but that's where health is wealth comes in, and you're really taking care of your future because later on it could be costly. And that's necessary for living. But video games isn't necessary. Actually, this is something that you can cut out. This is an absolute distraction. It stops you from being great. Because the time that you take, and it kind of baffles me when you guys like to show your platinums and your gamer score, and I just find you to be weird because I don't have that time. Like, I don't have the time. I'm really pursuing greatness in the world and trying to leave an imprint that leaves a legacy that my children can look after or somebody else can follow, right? So in my day-to-day pursuit of trying to be better than I was yesterday, my hobbies kind of take a hit, right? And I've noticed, and I've talked to Attic about this, that a lot of the games that I play are review titles or places that we have to go and stuff that we have to do. The stuff that I do on my leisure time that I really love so much, like Fortnite and Marvel Rivals, and then I can just grab onto a game that really takes me so far, like Pragmata. When I get a chance to get those games and that stuff happens, I'm truly elated. I'm actually having a great time. I take my Xbox ROG Ally with me. If I want to finish a game, like I'm playing 007 First Light. But I realized that I have a whole lot less time as I matured in life. And then when I see these grown men, and I realize that their identity is wrapped around these platinums and all this other stuff, I'm saying, damn, this is your identity. So I can see why you say I'm the villain when I'm going after what you love the most. You wrap your identity around it. And I am sorry for hurting your feelings when it gets to that, because I know I can be a little harsh, but I'm a Gen X baby and we don't give a damn. So it's hashtag no PlayStation 6. I'm going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Khan's neck this whole generation. And I really hope that made you mad. But guess what I found out today? PlayStation is back at it again. And y'all thought that this would be a bothering Xbox show. No, it will not. Today is the day the Lord has made, and PlayStation is undergun. And I'm here to have me some fun. I'm going to have me some fun. Ooh, boy, I'm going to have me some fun. And this is brought to you by the Gaming Bible. The Bible of gaming. Let's turn to book 1, chapter 2. Corinthians 4, where we actually get into the catastrophic PlayStation Network error that makes thousands of consoles unplayable. And this is brought to you by Sam Cawley. Ooh, could you imagine walking into your living room and your PlayStation just doesn't work right when you got to get that platinum? You're right there. That might hurt, bud. But I'm pretty sure if you call customer service, Sony got you. PlayStation 5 owners have been hit with a bizarre network error that's making it impossible to play their games. What's even stranger is that they're disappearing from some users' library altogether. Jesus Christ. My God, up in heaven. Do you believe this right now? Ah, man. Over the past 12 hours, more and more users have reported faults with their game library, as their consoles claim they have nothing downloaded and haven't played anything recently. Oh my God! This cannot be happening to PlayStation. They have such the high security. They're the best. They sold 90,000, shipped 90 million consoles. There's no way this could be happening to them. If you needed an argument as to why digital-only gaming platforms are dangerous, look no further than this. Buddy, oh pal. Before you start power cycling your console over and over or ripping it apart for some internal fault, know that it's entirely Sony's fault. Whose house? Sony's house. I don't know what 100 million does to you, but I got, how many of them? 2 of them? I brought a lot of them in the beginning because I was scalping. I'm part of the problem. Yes, I found a bunch of dummies and I ran it up on them bumps. I cannot wait to run it up on you with the handhelds. I never learn. But again, according to the official PlayStation Network status report, there's a massive problem with the gaming and social with the description warning users. You might have difficulty launching games, apps, and network features. We're working to resolve the issue as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. To those individuals that this happened to, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Because you better have a backup console, like everybody else who games that's in this hobby. You better have a Switch too, just in case that bugaboo meets you. Or you better have a Series X, just in case when you try to play X on PlayStation, it says next. Sorry, you gotta have more than one. But when you lock yourself down like that, it kind of hurts. I understand. I've never been there, but I understand. I always had everything. I understand. Because when you work hard, you get to play hard. The problem apparently started at 8:30 p.m. BST time. I don't know what that means. That's Beastie time? Well, Beastie time, it started at 8:30 Beastie time. The beast come out at night. Oh, could you imagine? Beast Hour happened and your PlayStation just started devouring your games that you had on your hard drive. No wonder they put out that new hard drive that's $3,000. I mean, SSD. That is kind of crazy. And at the time of this writing, nothing has been fixed yet. I'm not sorry at all. Why? Because you should have more than one console. If you got one console and you're looking at your check engine light and it popped on your console, could you imagine your check engine light on your console pop up? Yeah. Oh my God. As you expected, the PlayStation Reddit is having a meltdown over this technical issue. Like one posted by a Zesty Close Pool 8037 exclaimed, "My games are all gone. You can understand the panic. We're just as vexed as to load up our consoles and have it all tell us you have no games." Yo. Oh my God. This, my friend, this is the end. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that nobody's talking about this. Are you as crazy? They're not talking about this. Oh my God. Is there a fix that you can do yourself? Unfortunately, no. There's absolutely no fix for you. This is herpes. And you got it for life. There's no vaccine. You've been infected. You sitting in a queue waiting for them to get to you. But this is what happens when you fire all your staff and you got nothing but bots answering the phones. Press 1 if your PlayStation check engine light just popped up. oh my God. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. It got so crazy that it stopped me. It stopped me right there. Yo, it stopped me. It said, get off. All right. So, oh my God. I know. I'm bad. And yeah. So what? It hurts your feelings. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm going to get to what I want to get to. And I want to get to the studio closures over at PlayStation. Now, a lot of people want to think that it's just Xbox. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not. But have you seen a Naughty Dog game lately? Remakes and remasters that don't actually hit the mark. What does Shohei say? You got to buy the remakes and remasters in order to get new games. What logic is that? Like, what logic is that? That's like going to the Taco Bell and you must buy the refried beans in order to get a burrito. It makes no sense. I'm not in the business of worrying about how they can make their money back off of projects that they overextended themselves with. That's not my issue. That's a them issue. And I expect security on games. If you're going to go all digital, well, I think that you should have fail-safes for the people that partake in your all digital situation, right? You got all these consoles that's digital, but where's the backup for me? When I go to my console say I don't got none of the games. I spend thousands of dollars, B. Where are my games? You see, nobody's outcrying for this. But you're sitting there speculating and talking about rumors. Oh, man. Xbox is talking about Ninja Theory, Double Fine. But your whole console check engine light popped. So what the hell is going on here? What's really happening? The gaming media has gained control. And they're forcing a narrative. But I'm different. This is Xbox Frontline News. Well, I told you, I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give you that work. I told you, I'm going to run it up on you bums. You see, now you're understanding why the whole logo works. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You understand why it works? Why, if you are just saying hashtag no Project Helix, it just sounds stupid. You ain't got nothing to go with it. It's like having a burger without the bun. You just got meat on the table. Pause. Or, y'all do like butt naked glizzies. I was going to say that. Boing, boing. You know how y'all do. Y'all weirdos like that. But at the end of the day, it's like having a Subway sandwich with no bread. Just have your innards just laying out there. You got to do better. If you're coming for the throne, you got to be as good. You can't be how you are. It's looking kind of strange. I'm telling you. So listen, this is brought to you by Insider Gamer and Charlie Champion. Bungie said to lose roughly 400 staff in the summer layoffs, is claimed. Yeesh. They just shut down Destiny. No more updates for you. Now, let me tell you how this is catastrophic. Let me tell you. Imagine Xbox telling you that's it for Call of Duty. That's how bad this is. You see, Sony didn't have the money to buy Bungie. They actually had them on a layaway plan. They had a firm for Bungie. You understand? They had to hit their payments. They had to make their monthly payments. If you don't believe me, go look it up. I'm not playing around. I may say stuff that's funny. I'm serious. You see, when Xbox brought ABK, that was a cash deal. Phil walked in there, put the money on the table. Money on the wood, make everything good. If you never heard that, then you never had no real money. And you never been in places where real money rock. But money on the wood make everything good. So they walk in there and got him. But then you had some hating dudes on the side that was like, nah, that's a monopoly. And nah, you can't have that like that. And nah, I'm snitching. Yeah, Sony, you rep snitches. And y'all out here with that face. Y'all telling me that y'all like those dudes. That's why hashtag no snitching came on. You remember that? Stop snitching. You don't remember that? I did a whole campaign. Got t-shirts and all that on Iron Lords. Understand me, B. I'm a cornucopia of this stuff. I make it up as I go along. It really happens. Like Death Before Dishonor. Yeah, I got those shirts. Oh, Xbox NWO. Xbox NWO. XNWO. Xbox New World Order. In stores. See, a dude had claimed that I had bit off of his style. No, I like Wolfpack, and I bit off of their style. I like Wolfpack from wrestling, and I bit off of their style. That's how this showed up, right? That's why it looked like this. NWO, it's the XNWO. But I'm saying. So now, following on sunsetting Destiny 2 and a generally underwhelming performance of Marathon, which is all in intents purposes dead, right? Can we all agree? Let's put that puppy out its misery. Let's just let it go already. I mean, it's had its turn. It's over. It's looking sad now. It's like Achilles dragging Hector's body outside of Troy. Like, come on, just let it go. Let it go already. It's over, Prime. I waited for this moment for eternity. Well, it seems that Bungie is set for a wave of layoffs this summer, with at least 50% of its workforce being on the chopping block. 50%. What the hell is left then? If you're dropping 50, what the hell is left? They don't have no new games on the horizon. They're just maintaining a body that's stinking the room up. For that, if you was going to stick with a corpse, you should have stuck with Concord. Like, you could have fixed Concord, right? You could have. You could have made good-looking characters, sped up the gameplay, and that's about it. That was the only problem. Your rollout was perfect. You had nice vignettes and all that. I was enthused. I was in tune. I was like, I can do this. It was of high quality. It looked nice. I mean, Marathon looks nice in spots. But if I have an either or type of thing, I'm going to go with Arc Raiders. You know. I mean, if I got some time to spare and somebody wants to do an extraction shooter, I might go to DMZ over there on Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are the least attractive girl in the room. Like, you are not her. Like, you got to really realize that. That's strange that you still think you hot like that. So the news comes from a French journalist. I'm not Sylvanian on X, who shared a recent tweet that Bungie should expect massive layoffs this summer. He went on to elaborate, based on what he's hearing, at least 50% of Bungie staff could be effective. Now, I'm not laughing at Bungie going away. I actually like Bungie. I like everybody over there. I like exactly what they do. I'm a huge fan. But at the end of the day, if you do not produce, they kick you in the caboose. And they're not producing. So what are we going to do? We're going to look at the companies that are on the verge of closure over at PlayStation. Now, I'm not a leaker, but I do get information from time to time. Now, when I got this information, I said to myself, he got to be joking. And I got it a while ago. And this was when Blue Point Games was still there. And he told me, Blue Point Games. And I said, what? And he said, despite an exceptional track record in delivering critically acclaimed remakes like Demon Souls and Shadow of the Colossus, Sony going to shut them down. And I was like, who else? And he was like, you don't know them. You probably didn't play their games. But Dark Outlaw Games. And I was like, that's with the Call of Duty dude, right? And he said, yes, Jason Blundell. This studio is an incubation studio, was officially shut down after 1 year. So that's done. It was complete at that time. So I was like, okay, who else? And he was like, Fireworks Studios. And I was like, okay. What else? He said Ben Studios. And I'm like, I kind of like Ben Studios. Then he said, Media Molecule, the developer behind Dreams. He said, yeah, they haven't released a major title in years, and the industry insiders are suggesting that this one is next. And I'm like, damn. Okay. The next one, he said, is Fire Sprite. And I'm like, what do they work on? He said the Liverpool-based studio suffers have been suffering layoffs and has been rumored to be the next casualty in the pipeline of Sony's first-party portfolio. And then he says, Naughty Dog. And I said, get the F out of here. He says, Neil Druckmann isn't there in a capacity that you think, and they're giving him a hard time with getting funding for his games. Now, take it all with a pinch of salt, except for the ones that are actually gone. But everything that he's told me has actually been right. Now, I don't wish closures on anyone. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not laughing at Porter Rock, J-Dub, or anybody that I beef with online, King Thrash or whatever. But that's all in good fun and games because we're console warring. When you're console warring, when bad stuff happens to a company that you're representing, a brand that you like, then you have to take the good and the bad. But in us joking around, some people on the outside can miscue it for something other than what it is. Just fun and games. Like when you grew up in the project, you were snapping on each other's sneakers, pants, clothing, everything. Nothing was out of bounds. That's the same rhetoric and stuff that we do here now. But based upon that, we're looking at real life events happening right in front of our very eyes. As I illustrated earlier today in the video or the live, you got a chance to see me bring up Embracer Group, Ubisoft, PlayStation, and Xbox. And out of all of those studios, if you wrap all those studios up, so many studios have gone away. This is an industry problem that is facing each and every last one of us based upon the conditions that are put down upon us outside of our control. Now, there's other things that we do have in our control, right? Where we spend our money, how we spend our money, what we place our money on. Now, with physical media actually being more of a desired commodity, especially in light of what's happening over at PlayStation, thousands of gamers are experiencing that error bug, that network error bug. And that's based upon the daily metrics. Remember when they told you that you had to turn your console on and sign in and all that other stuff to verify your stuff? And it was like, nah, that was just a one-time thing and all this other stuff. That is all based upon those algorithms, licensing checks and stuff like that. Every time you turn your console on, it does quick verifications. Every time you boot up a game, it does verifications of the game. If your licensee comes back invalid or they deem that you have violated something in any way, you will not be able to play the game that you've purchased. And this is where we are. Now, I saw somebody in the chat that said they work so hard to own absolutely nothing. Absolutely the truth. You don't own the house that you live in. You don't own the car that you drive. You don't even own the road that you walk on. Why? Because all that money that you put in there is owned by somebody else at all times. They're making sure that we own absolutely nothing in every aspect of our life. That's when I tell you that this hobby shouldn't be taken as serious as we're taking it. It's because there are other things that needs our attention. Now, to take us out of the mundane, to bring us into something that's really good, I thought that Xbox did something very special this weekend for Father's Day. I want to say, fathers, if you didn't know, I want you to know, check it out. Pure Xbox is letting us know, and this is Frazier Gilbert. I love this guy. I got to meet him and take pictures with him. Why? Because I have referenced so much of his work that I think this guy is incredible. He has put in more work than I've seen anybody really seriously in this space. And y'all know it. Y'all come here, y'all see it. Y'all know Pure Xbox, I rocks with them. All right, so Ubisoft Plus Premium is free across Xbox and PC for the next 5 days. Just remember to cancel it if you don't want it. I happen to have it. I use it all the time. I think it's really cool, but check it out. Fancy checking out Ubisoft Plus Premium? The company has kicked off a 5-day trial for service today, allowing PC and Xbox owners to play the premium editions of most titles on the Ubisoft catalog. This includes games like Assassin's Creed Shadows, Rayman Anniversary Edition, and a complete edition of Avatar: The Frontiers of Pandora. Once you're signed up, they should be available to install on your console. Here's a little confirmation that the trial is definitely exists. Right here, don't miss the boat. You have until June 23rd log out of your digital nomad dreams, or to live out your digital nomad dreams, thanks to our free Ubisoft trial. Go click it, go check it out. The annoying thing here is that you're not able to sign up on your Xbox console for it. You have to go to the Ubisoft website, look for the offer that says premium for 5 days. Then once you sign up, you need to make sure that you cancel immediately, or at least before the 5 days are up, if you don't want to pay for another month. Trust me, there's nothing worse than forgetting that you signed up for something and then you look at your card and your card told you, aha, got your ass. All right. So again, remember to go back in and say, nope, I don't want it. Okay. Unless you do want it. And it's one of the best services because, again, you get a chance to play all the games and you get a chance to get all the DLC and all that fun. And it's pretty cool. I like it. I don't know if you might like it, but again, that's what's going on. Now, Xbox did a boo-boo. I think they did a boo-boo, but maybe you don't think they did a boo-boo. Treyarch confuses Xbox fans with the Black Ops 1 and 2 reveal for the PlayStation 5. The games are compromised on both PC and Xbox. Now, these games weren't released for the Xbox Series consoles. They were back-compat titles. And being that they're back-compat titles, then sometimes the resolution is a little bit less to be than desired, right? And this is brought to you by Frazier Gilbert over at Pure Xbox. Of course, why not, right? Last night, out of nowhere, Call of Duty Black Ops developer Treyarch announced that Iron Galaxy will be porting the original Black Ops and Black Ops 2 to PlayStation 5, presumably PlayStation 4 in July, but didn't say anything about other platforms. As you're probably aware, those two games already exist on the modern Xbox consoles, thanks to backwards compatibility. But Xbox fans have still been left confused by the announcement, pointing out that the Xbox version suffers with low resolution and apparent hacking problems on the online multiplayer. Here are just some reactions for the new one. I'm not going to go into the Twitter reactions. But again, if you guys actually play this game or you've been looking to play this game on your updated console, there you go. You'll be able to get that stuff in July. God bless. Good luck. I don't go back. And I mean, even though I believe back compat is a great thing, I believe it's fantastic. Oh, let me put the music down on this. I can redo this. All you guys were looking for this day. Shut up. All you guys was looking for this day. Grand Theft Auto 6 cover art revealed. The pre-orders begin next week for Xbox Series S and X. Check it out. It's happening. Y'all been waiting for this. This is going up. If you got a chance to see my video talking about the Steam machine, then you can understand what's going to happen soon. Check out the video. Members got that video early. June 25th, you guys get a chance to pre-order your joint, your game. I don't know what's the big hubbub about pre-ordering it early. Who gives a damn? That game doesn't come out until November. I will pre-order it a week before it comes out. There's no reason on this God's green earth for me to buy a game now or pre-order a game now, and there's absolutely zero incentive for me to do so. That is ludicrous. Anything can happen from now and then where gaming just not even an issue or not even a thing for me. But let me get rid of this one right here. All right, don't need that one. Now, I want to talk about something because a lot of times, hold on. Let me take this. I'm live. Why is she calling me? And it's not even 7 o'clock yet. And I told her the movie doesn't start until 8:30. Life is an incredible thing. But y'all known what I've been telling y'all for a long time, that PlayStation needs PC money. And some bad actors that are in charge of giving information put out information saying that PlayStation was removing themselves from the PC space. Without any verification, every news outlet and every individual went with it. Hold on, this is Attic. Hello, Attic. I'm live. What happened?
Oh, okay. So I just saw your call.
Oh, no, it's no problem. I had needed a thumbnail.
Oh, I've been working on my Gothic 1 remake for the past 4 hours, and I just got out of the cave and saw, oh, King called me. Hey, chat. Bye, chat.
Bye. Yeah, I wanted a thumbnail for this, right? But they was running with it because they felt that PlayStation should take their games off of PC. These entitled little brats feel that they know what's best for PlayStation, and exclusives matter when it comes to PlayStation, but it doesn't matter when it comes to Xbox, because Xbox should be gone, eradicated, wiped off the face of the earth, because it infringes on their sensibilities. Well, I am so pleased today to bring you this news from day one. PlayStation CEO Hideki Noshino comments on PlayStation's PC strategy. Now, I want you to buckle up. I want you to get ready. I want you, if you are a pony bashing Xbot, I want you to get your engines ready. Because when I told you that they were never walking away from it, and I told you I can't wait to get a hold of COG next weekend, because I won't be on Iron Lords this weekend, but I cannot wait to get a hold of COG later, because they're making monitors, they're making computer chairs, speakers, DualSense controllers to play on your PC. They made a fighting stick that's interchangeable between the console and the PC. They made a new dongle that allows you to link up many different devices. What is it called? The Sony Link? But you guys want to tell me that PlayStation is taking their ball and going home. I said, you're absolutely insane. They need that money. I'm going to tell you why PC is eating PlayStation's lunch. But I want to give a shout out to Notional. Keeping it real and letting it fly. We heard plenty about how, and this is brought to you by Day One, and who is the writer? John. Oh, tell John that he looks like Idris Elba. You'll make him laugh. We heard plenty about Sony and how they're pulling away from PC when it comes to their big single-player PlayStation tentpole titles. And now, new comment from Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Hideki Noshino seems to reaffirm it. In a sense, we've always determined platform selection based upon characteristics for each title. If releasing the title on PC will maximize the gaming experience, we will continue to consider that option. Our current main policy is for single-player games in development house, we will further refine the value of the gaming experience that PlayStation can offer. At the same time, we believe it's important for our live service games to reach a wider audience through our online multiplayer so we can continue to view releases on both PlayStation 5 and PC at the standard. Regardless of the platform, we will make decisions based on principle of delivering the best possible gaming experience to maximize each title's unique features. So, going forward, PlayStation will continue to launch titles on the PC, but on a case-to-case basis, they will figure out what works best when it comes to titles. Let me also show you. Ba. You see, a lot of times when you don't do the translation, because this was in Japanese, then you're left at here we go. Then you're left with an article that you have to do a retraction to. May peace be with you. Peace and blessings to all, and to all a good night. This is brought to you by Fatsumi. Famitsu. Fatsumi is the other thing. Famitsu. PlayStation CEO Hideki Noshino gave an interview for the latest issue of Famitsu magazine to celebrate the 40th anniversary. He got asked about strategic change regarding them pulling back their releases on the single-player games on the PC. This is the Japanese original piece right here. You see it? Go translate it. There have been reports suggesting that you might reconsider bringing PlayStation 5 titles to the PC. Could you share your current thoughts on this? We have always determined platform selection based on characteristics of each title. If releasing a title on PC would maximize the gaming experience, we will continue to consider that option. Our current main policy is for single-player games developed in-house. We will further refine the value of the gaming experience on a PlayStation can offer. At the same time, we believe it's important that live service games reach a wider audience through our online multiplayer, so we continue to view both PlayStation and PC as the standard. Regardless of the platform, we will continue to make decisions based on principle and delivering the best possible gaming experience to maximize each unique title. Now, when you have titles like Suros that doesn't sell on PlayStation and you have a direct market in the PC, do you think they're going to allow Suros to stay there? No, because if you do, that will mean that Nixxes is for sale. And if Nixxes is for sale, that brings the grand total of the studios that I talked about to 6. If Nixxes is up for grabs, and Nixxes is my heart, I love Nixxes as much as everyone else. Why? Because their job has always been and will be to bring titles to the PC from the PlayStation first-party network. And I believe in Nixxes more so than any other developer over there. Their track record speaks for itself. Now, when the first-party companies like Naughty Dog ports their titles over to PC, well, then there's problems. But Nixxes actually does a better job. And I hope and pray Nixxes is safe because the PC market actually needs PlayStation games. Because everybody games need to be everywhere, right? When we all play, we all win, right? Now, for the last bit of bad news. Steam accounted for over 20% of Capcom's total revenue, nearly double PlayStation's share in the past fiscal year. This is brought to you by Autonomon and who is Amber V. According to Capcom's security report, the fiscal year ended in March 2026. Revenue generated through Valve's Corporation Steam totaled to 40.383 billion yen, approximately 252 million USD. That accumulated for 20.7% of the company's total revenue for the year, which includes some income from all Capcom's businesses, not only games, but arcades, amusement facilities, etc. On the other hand, the revenue generated through Sony Interactive Entertainment, meaning primarily digital PlayStation sales, amounted to 20.741 billion yen, roughly 129 million USD, roughly or 10.6% of Capcom total revenue. While Steam generated nearly twice as much revenue as PlayStation during the fiscal year, the gap between the two has actually narrowed slightly compared to the previous year. In the fiscal year ending March 2025, Steam accounted for 31.1% of Capcom's total revenue, about 366 million USD, while PlayStation's share fell below 10% and was therefore not disclosed separately in the report. Anytime PlayStation falls below a percentage margin, they do not report. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, why does this make any sense? Because PlayStation's bread and butter is the whole third party. And if they hold third party bread and butter, Capcom being one of the top bread and butter winners this year, let's say with all the Street Fighter updates, with the Resident Evil, with Pragmata, with Omnimusha coming out, we understand exactly where they're going and where they're heading. Third party is definitely a thing. With the Steam Machine, and if y'all check out that video that I put up, with the Steam Machine about to have a big announcement, and the Steam Machine starting to invade living rooms, well, that will further encroach upon Sony's living room space. The space where they currently split up between PlayStation and Xbox. Now, 44 million Xbox consoles is nothing to sneeze at. And getting any piece of any third party is definitely a bonus. Now, with the Steam store being primarily on PC than on the Steam Deck, you have to think about it. It hasn't invaded the living room yet. So that number has a chance to actually grow. With the Steam ecosystem mirroring what Microsoft is doing with Play Anywhere, with taking your big screen experience to the living room, portable, and on your work desk. Well, that's a versatility that PlayStation doesn't offer. The strategy is going to be a two-prong approach. With Xbox offering that same type of ability with Xbox Play Anywhere, being able to play it on an Xbox handheld with the Xbox Rock Ally X and play it on the Xbox console inside your living room by also jumping on your PC and making it happen. Steam offers that same versatility with PlayStation not being able to compete, which will further shrink their margins. With third party being their bread and butter, with 6 studios facing closure, with network errors knocking out thousands of players, there stands to reason that hashtag no PlayStation 6 is absolutely real. Now, Hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. You see how you do it? I'm the best at this. But this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. I went on a little bit earlier because I understood the importance of today. The importance of today is to let you know Xbox ain't the only one with a little bit of baggage, baby. But see, the difference between them and you, and I'm talking about PlayStation and Xbox, is they got the money to dig themselves out. Oh, buddy, pal of mine, you don't have that cash. That's the difference. You can see by the expenditures. ABK, Bungie. ABK, Bungie. ZeniMax, Bungie. ZeniMax, Bungie. The money's different. So when you're talking about spinning off and all that other stuff, Sony, PlayStation has been a subsidiary of Sony. They already got spun off. But y'all don't like the knowledge. It hurts your sensibilities. But it's doom and gloom when these guys do it. Happy Nick Day. Well, for all those individuals that are fathers, I'm going to say happy Father's Day. And happy Juneteenth. Enjoy your weekend, celebrate responsibly, and enjoy yourselves. Take the time out to play games, relax. Remember, Ubisoft Plus Premium is free this weekend for 5 days. Go get that done. Go have some fun. And get off of Twitter and socials and play some games. Because when these millionaires are mixing it around with billionaires, they don't care about us. But I'm going to continue to keep the boot on Kong's neck because I have an incentive for it to happen. But this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. I see you next week, but videos is up and videos will continue to drop for you members and also for you subs. I told you, I want you to go where game is game and win is win. And I want you to try to play the Game Pass. But before you play the Game Pass, I told you I'm the unmitigated best at this. And if you got somebody better than me, then put them up.
What's a man to a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You from the game, but shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talking, no riddling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man to a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You from the game, but shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you